And we are back here once again with another episode of the Iron Man podcast, episode 551. It's going to be another rendition of Wednesday Top G's. Now, fun fact, that is not Professor Savage Dad. And I don't know when he's coming back. But unlike my real dad, he will be back at some point. So, his spot will be filled with whoever or whatever we're going to do with this portion of the show. Actually, Mike was like, hey, I want to come on and talk again. And I was like, well, I don't have a Wednesday Top G this week, so he can be my Top G, Or I can always create that one Thursday show that WZ always wanted me to create called Thursday Power Bottom G's. And I was like, okay, that's just gay. I prefer being on top, actually. It's just a signature thing that black guys can do, So, yeah, man, what's going on, dude? How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm old. And things hurt. And back when I was younger, I could get up and I'd be like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Now that I'm old, my body actually needs to take more naps throughout the day. So, like, usually on my days off, I'll take about 1 or 2 naps throughout the day. Like, if I wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll go back to sleep at like 7. Then wake up at like 9. Stay for like 2 hours. Go back to bed at like 11 a.m. But it was crazy. When I was younger, I hated waking up in the morning for the most part, unless it was like some Saturday morning cartoon stuff. Now that I'm older, I feel like I wasted my entire day if I sleep the whole day. I feel like it's a genuine waste if you sleep the entire day, Yeah. So I try to wake up in the morning, get my naps out then, and then have the rest of my day. Because I would like sleep the entire day from like the time I would wake up to like 5 o'clock a day, and I'm like, well, I just wasted all my time. Like I got nothing done to being a lazy bum right now.
Yeah, it's strange, man. The older you get, you start waking up with these weird pains too. It's like, how did I fuck myself up just from sleeping? I was just laying here, and now everything on this side hurts. Like, why?
Like, you remember that thing where you're getting up and like your whole like the back part of your arm is just like sore?
Yeah.
I have that too much now where I'll like move and like this whole part is just super heavy. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on here? I haven't done anything. I used to go to the gym a lot. I should probably get back into doing that too. I haven't been to the gym in months, actually. I used to go like 6 days a week before COVID hit. And then COVID hit and it was like, nope. Motivation for that just died completely.
Yeah, I started up again, man. And I've been loving it. So it's just something to do.
Really?
Out the way. I like going in the mornings. So
yeah, this is actually a fun fact. A lot of people or a tip: don't go at 5 o'clock in the day. That is like when everyone gets off work and goes, and all the machines are always being taken up. That is not like a stereotype. That actually is a real thing. You will not.
And everybody's in a bad mood too at the end of the day.
Always. Yeah. I like sometimes going in late in the night. Just late in the night, get it over, done with. Oh, fucking hell. Tonight I might go. I kind of been feeling to get in there and get buff again. I used to be much bigger, but then I was like, you know what? I was like, I already look kind of oddly good enough. That's when my mind lost it. Even when I had my bigger channel, dude, my brain was like, I'm already good enough. I already reached this point. Now I have to no longer improve. And then that's when I started falling apart. That's the common. I became the very person I didn't want to become at all. Complacent. Yeah, that's what I learned. You can never be complacent with anything. Always try to improve, Especially when it comes to like some of the indie comic creators I've had on. I've had so many on at this point. I know like all the personalities they could have. I have the ones where like they're the German responses where German people are notorious for just giving like one-word answers. Those are like the absolute worst ones. Or like there's creators that can't properly even conversate. Like they're talking and it's good to talk, but they're not even really saying anything worthwhile and meaningful. It's just, okay, awesome. Fuck. Man, I was sitting there just blabbing for like 20 minutes. It's like that's cool. You can speak, but like have it mean something. Like if you're going to talk to a point, like have it mean what you're going to say. And then sometimes, I know you've had some people on your show too. At the end of it, you're like, did I even really get to know this person? I don't know what the fuck they even told me.
Yeah, it's crazy, But everybody's got a different personality type, and it's weird finding out that the majority of creative people are really introverted by nature. So they're not very well spoken. They're kind of withdrawn. They're kind of antisocial. You get that a lot in the nerd community. And the nerd community from when I was a kid is a lot different than the nerd community now. Now it's full of weird ass blue haired fucks. When I was, when I was a kid, like, I mean, it wasn't nothing to be, into science and math and be good at that stuff and also play football. That was kind of a thing. But I kind of grew up in a small town too, so it was a little bit different.
Yeah,
but it's strange seeing like the crossover of intersectionality, I guess you could say, of the different types of people there are today in that community as opposed to back then. It's a lot different.
We were talking about that last night. It's the weird perception of the internet will have you think things that are not like necessarily wrong, but they're just wrongly placed. Like we were talking about comic books a lot last night, and we were talking about like, well, wouldn't a new person have to basically do a lot of research? I was under that same impression too, until I had my vacation earlier this year, and until I went, I live in Big State. It's a pretty big place. You go to some places. I went to Barnes and Nobles a while ago, just to, browse the graphic novel section. I got some stuff, and average people, the reason why they're attracted to new stuff, everyone, is because that's super easy for them to get in, right? So normally, if you just meet a random motherfucker at a comic book shop or Frank & Sons or any big place in California where you talk comics, well, if you're going to get someone into them, the reason why you get them into the newest thing is because that's super easy to do. The problem is that, well, if they do happen to be on a new run of the character and it turns to shit that might turn them off in the medium in general, you can't control that. That's just what it is. But the internet would go, well, you got to have them like do all this back issue stuff, and they got to go read all these other really great stories. And it's like, no, guys, I promise you just give them let's use Thor, for example. Right now, currently, it's Immortal Thor. That's the newest run for Thor right now. Just have them read that. They don't have to read like Jason Aaron's run or Matt Fraction's run or fucking the other bigger runs of the character back in the day. Just give them the newest thing. And I'm pretty sure if they'll be in the comics, they will. Like try to explain to someone what a back issue is. They're going to be like, huh? What? This is not something people are going to understand. Oh, no. God. Did you hear about DC's newest All-In initiative, actually?
No, I haven't. I really don't keep up with any of the mainstream stuff. No, not at all.
So this is something that they did good within it. There's going to be no retcons, no reboots, actually, this time around. So if you were into Dawn of DC, it translates over. Even though it's weird because Scott Snyder, he was like, they're going to have the same creative teams, which I don't know if he got wrong information at that moment in time, because that's wrong. They're going to have different creative teams moving forward. I mean, Mark Waid is someone who opinions are pretty bad, all things considered. He's going to be on Action Comics. He's going to have World's Finest. He's did Shazam. He's going to be on, they're going to do Justice League again. He's going to be on Justice League, actually.
See, from talking with a bunch of the industry professionals that I know, like DC was actually slowing down operations, and they're on schedule to pretty much eliminate all of comics by 2025.
Gosh,
I don't know if you've heard, but like that's kind of the thing. Like Jim Lee is planning his exit. There's a couple other people in the creative top executive slots that are looking for other work right now. The goal, I think, for them is going to be they're kind of on a run right now. They're on a chase because pretty soon Superman and Batman are going to hit public domain.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as that happens, they're going to be in a world of shit. So they're looking at selling all of their stuff to a third party, and from what I have heard, it's going to be Todd McFarlane and Image, and they're going to be taking over all of the DC publications relatively quickly, and they're just going to be putting out, trades basically, 130-page stories.
Do you think that's the way of the market too? Because I know a lot of people have had differing opinions on like floppies anymore. Do you think floppies are a dead format when it comes to comics now?
I do, and that's simply just from my experience on Kickstarter. At least 1/3, if not more, of our sales are digital. and that's fantastic for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're selling them for $10 and $15. It's pure profit. We don't have to pay to print it. We don't have to buy supplies to bag and board it. We don't have to pay for shipping labels to send it out. So, and a lot of people prefer it that way. They love reading the digitals, and that way they don't have to worry about having, a bunch of clutter in their house, and they like the stories that we're coming out with. There are some customers that just say, I love your stuff and I'm going to get it every time, but I just want digital. So, I mean, I think it's the way of the future. And I think the first publisher or indie comic creator that would get on board with some of this new technology, like augmented reality, I think they're going to have a huge edge when it comes to the next generation of the market, because I think that's the future. I think when you're able to use something like the Apple goggles or the MetaQuest, something like that, and put that on your head, or have the Ray-Bans. The Ray-Bans from Amazon, and they have these built-in augmented reality apps. And if you're sitting there and you're reading a PDF on your tablet and you can bring that PDF to life, dude, you're in a whole new world.
Yeah. So you think, like, with something like that, they're gonna make it to where you can access the internet on.
Yeah, dude, I mean, imagine opening up G-Busters and having some big ass titties in your face.
What if my wife's next to me?
You see? I mean, like, there's a lot of cool shit that you could be doing, and people can be doing, and are trying to come up with this stuff.
Or no, just recently, Marvel's been doing that too. Marvel has their Marvel Unlimited app. They've been they've been sponsoring a lot of people to push that recently. So basically, if you want to know, Shonen Jump has this too. Basically, for a certain fee a month, you can have access to basically pretty much almost everything that's been released. Now, Shonen Jump is like $1.99, $2. Marvel's is like $10.
$10.
Tell me
also
everything.
That what I'm saying is bullshit. And then I will counter with, well, then why you go to downtown LA and you see that big old movie poster on the Chinese theater, and you put your phone up to it and you see fucking Deadpool ripping out of it.
Yeah.
Augmented reality, dude. I'm telling you, it's a thing. And I mean, it's coming whether we like it or not. I mean, you got the AI stuff that's already here. And I mean, it's just,
don't pay attention to him. He's crazy. He's insane. So that's my thing. I did a big video on this a while ago. Why comics have been struggling. So I'm pretty sure you heard the news that for Colorado, just for their state, the stores reported like a massive record low drop in comic sales. I think it's also understand. It's because they're not accessible too.
It's not just that you're living in the Joe Biden economy too. You could call it, well, let's not get political. Let's say, okay, Trump economy, Joe Biden economy, a shitty economy right now, whatever you want to fucking call it. The economy fucking sucks. People are out of work. People don't have jobs. Groceries are twice as expensive as what they used to be. And you're expecting these people to have the disposable income that they used to have 4 to 6 years ago. And it's just not the case.
Yeah.
A lot of people are struggling to pay rent to fucking keep their lights on in their house, but they love comics too. But I mean, something has to go. And I mean, when it comes to food or comic books, what are you going to do? You going to go without supper?
I'm going with comics. I can't live without my paper.
and see, that's the whole black people buying rims thing. You got to stop that.
So I did a video on this, and it's hard to explain to a lot of people because even if there is money to be circulated, the problem is that when there is money already circulating in the scene, well, it's only going to go to trusted people though. So right now, if you're a person trying to launch a campaign, that's hard on that person, because if people, like you said before, and it's true, they don't have as much money as they used to. If that person is going to use that expendable money for their entertainment, which is comic books, why would I trust someone new that may or may not fulfill? I'm going to go with a brand name like you, your wife, or someone else that's trustable, So it's even harder now for a new person to start than it is before.
And sometimes going with a brand name isn't always a good solution. I mean, fuck, look at Rob Liefeld and how he fucking grifted $50,000 plus and still hasn't fulfilled that campaign from
Don't
13
worry, man.
years ago.
But don't worry, dude. Deadpool Wolverine came out this week. Everyone just ignored that.
Still though, I mean, like we're still waiting on Brigade. Where's the Brigade books?
Didn't he have that one book called Evangelion, or it's called? Oh my goodness,
Evangeline.
Yeah.
Evangeline.
Yeah, Evangeline. I think he said that was supposed to get an omnibus, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know, that's it's kind of his, but for the most part, it's really not his.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it belongs to a publisher.
Yeah, because my thing when it comes to comic books mostly is obviously outside of the money factor, visibility. If people don't see them in front of them, they don't even know if they exist, honestly. And they've been taken out of big box retailers for the most part. The only comics that I see in a big box retailer are like those
and
like
shit, like I mean, here's another thing.
They have,
like,
they have this now.
We just got invited to sell at Walmart.
Oh, it's awesome. Like online?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's really good.
So now we're gonna have the backing of all of our stuff being on Walmart Marketplace as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's crazy. The online space is it's something else, man. It's just it keeps growing and growing, and I think that is the way of the future. Is digital and less and less printed stuff. I mean, there's always going to be people that want the printed stuff, but
yeah, like for me, I don't mind digital. I really don't, but I think it's gonna teeter into a market that Shonen Jump was trying to do, because back in the day, Shonen Jump had the magazines, but then they just went all digital. That's the thing. I think that's what they really want. They want to cheaply make something for digital first and cut down cost, because people don't know like the business aspect of like keeping down costs. Business owners are always trying to look to keep down costs. You could easily release the book digitally, same way, just as digital. Then if people like it and if there's enough interest in it, you just release it physically, but not like the back in the day model where you just make a whole bunch of physical books and you just kind of hope maybe you sell them.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're teetering too.
See, a lot of the stuff that we do too, we try. The way we keep our costs down is we do whatever we sell on Kickstarter is what we print, and then we go about 20% over that, and that's just for backstock to have over the next 4 to 6 months for website sales. And that seems to be a pretty good blend. Anything more than that, and you're stuck with a whole bunch of books. And when it comes to comics, people are always wanting the new, fresh stuff. So the older stuff does sell, but it takes so long to move. Like, I mean, we went really heavy on Boobs 1, right? And we're like, man, we're gonna have a bunch of Boobs #1 books, and it's gonna be great. And we've still got those books. We don't have an excess of them. They're dwindling down every day, but we way overprinted on that. And that's why I don't understand people that go and they get these 2,000 copy, 3,000 copy print runs. I mean, the cost per book is lower, but you're gonna set on that for so long. Like, I mean, is it really worth it in the end? I don't think so.
Yeah, because the idea behind that basically is, if there is someone that might be interested, then I can sell it to them. But if you have, so what would you say is a good number to have for like a print run? Maybe like an extra 300 books, maybe?
Well, like I said, we do 20% over. So whatever we sell of each cover on Kickstarter, we take that, we times it by 1.2, and that's what we order.
Okay. So when you have that, then you have just so much. Do you think the competition really hurts as many people as people say they do? Like, just
no. People are gonna buy what they want. If you have a shitty product, people aren't gonna buy your stuff. And customers are very intuitive. They can see something and they could be like, yeah, I really want that. Or they could see something and be like, I've seen that 1,000 times and I'm fucking bored. I don't want to buy your shit.
Yeah. I mean,
they really are smart people. And they can see right through all these fucking people with bad stories, bad art, and these fucking grifters that are out there trying to make a dollar. And, and you can really tell the creators from non-creators, because there's these two sets of creators out there that I've seen. There's guys who just have one idea, right?
Mhm.
And they will fucking ride that. They'll fuck it into the ground, dude. They will ride that fucking project, sink their goddamn claws into it, and just ride or die that son of a bitch. And that's all they have. They can't come up with anything else. They don't put out anything else. It's just the same fucking book over and over and over and over again. It's like, dude, you're a writer, you're a creator, right? Why can't you come up with anything else other than that one project? It's because they're not. They just had one good idea. One of their friends told them, hey, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Never had anyone be honest with them and say, hey, maybe you shouldn't fucking make that.
Yeah, because
that's
yeah.
another barrier too, is it's so easy right now for people to be a creator. Anyone can fucking do it. It doesn't take any effort whatsoever to be a creator. You just fucking get a story, you get the art done, you put it on fucking Kickstarter, and you move on. And the other type is people like us that you can see that they've got 4, 5, 6, 7 books out, all different titles, all different fucking stories. And they're putting forth content.
Yeah.
That's a fucking creator. You're telling stories. You've got multiple different stories, different characters, different worlds.
Because that would be like a hard thing for most people to do in this space because of, like you say, money. Actually, because you have to crowdfund most of your stuff.
It's not even hard with money. The money will come if your shit's good. Explain to me how I do 30,000 every Kickstarter I fucking launch.
You firm handshake with God.
No,
range just comes down.
The shit that we put out resonates with people. People like the stories. People like the concepts, and they buy into that.
That's another thing that I think a lot of people forget when it comes to, like, not just Comicsgate, dude. It's people. We gotta be honest. That's why I am. People sometimes buy the stuff and they're just supporting because they like the person, which is fine. People do that for everything. But but when they actually get the product, when they actually physically get it, they do not read it, because the reason why or
they're disappointed in it.
Yeah, because the reason why the sales aren't there for issues 2, 3, and 4, they read maybe the first one, maybe the first 2, and they're just not that interested or don't like it. It could be just the sad reality of it. Honestly, not everything has to be like this big, giant rocket science conspiracy theory. It just could be people read it and just didn't like it.
Like, we will get sometimes on our website, we'll get a hit, right? And it'll be like a digital, boobs 1 and 2 will sell. And then by the next day, that same customer will come back and buy physical copies of that book.
Yeah.
And then digitals of something else. It's crazy. Like,
I think that's what people are going to be doing now for comics moving forward, for the most part. At least a good 50% of them checking out the digital to see if they even kind of might want to have this on their shelf or in their collection, and just buying it physically. Also, it's cheaper to get it digitally too. Like, what, you spend if you half the price too, and no shipping, you just get the file, you just read. I'm old, so it hurts my eyes reading that much, but I'm also black and I can't read, so it made it a benefit to me to have physical books in my hand. Like, I don't know, man. When it comes to some of the people that I've talked to, they're like, why did my sales go down here and here? It's like, I sometimes you gotta be honest, but like, maybe people read and just didn't like it. It's just a reality that life is, Like, I don't really know what else to really say. It's just more like people didn't like your shit, or you can do what you said, improve it. Like, there's a world where you can improve it, but you can't. People be like, why? Everyone already told them their shit's so good. What can they improve? Everyone always says that. Your shit's so good. You're the best. You deserved $1 million. Like, what is life? What is this? Apparently, no one can take criticism, or no one wants to receive criticism. Or people just, what's that saying? People don't think their shit stinks. Something like that. It's a saying back in the day, actually.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Oof, because I know you guys, you do everything in-house. Mindy does the drawings, right? So she would do
not all of it. We also have a bunch of creators that we work with, artists and stuff that they do the cover art, and we've got artists that do the interiors sometimes. I mean, it just really depends on the book.
But the only indie news that I heard recently was Luke, who does Fun My Comic, who you
Mhm.
said was originally mostly your idea. He's not going to do, pretty sure you heard, he's not going to do his Nerd Bacon podcast anymore because he feels like his viewers are not interested in long form content anymore, actually, you know?
Well, he's also in a very stupid time slot. He's like really early in the morning at like on a Thursday, I think, at like 8 in the morning. And I mean, people are at work, dude. Like, how many viewers are you going to get 8 o'clock in the morning? I mean,
Yeah.
I never understood that.
I think it's mostly his time slot. If he were to be live, it would be like 8:30, 9 in the morning for me, and it's like that's really early. That is honestly too early for.
Well, no, for you, it's like 6 in the morning because he's on at like 8 my time.
It's like that for us. Everyone's at work usually.
Yeah, that's when I would get in the morning. Like you're still asleep.
Yeah, for me, that's when I'm like heading out to go to work. Like, bro, I can't watch podcasts then. But you know, people have always asked that too. Like, what works better, longer form content or shorter form? It really just depends how good you make it. Like it really just depends on which audience do you want. Like all these things aren't just like a universal rule. It really, each person has a different audience that'll respond to what content they make. You could literally make short form content that hits good. You could also make long form content that hits good. It really just depends on what market are you trying to tackle? What are you trying to achieve? Because with his show, I never really got what they were trying to do with it. That's my biggest problem with it. It was a okay show when I'd watch it, but I never got of like, what is this show's deal? You know, you know a feeling of a show. Like, what is this show really trying to do? You know, I never got that from his show.
Every time I've watched it, it was him going over recent news.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, other than him reading news articles and doing commentary on them, like that was pretty much it. He didn't really do much else.
Yeah, I know he promoted some indie creators on there, like sometimes, and sometimes
he'd have guests. Yeah, he'd have guests on and stuff. But if he didn't have a guest on, he's reading news articles.
Yeah, some of the guests he has on, like Randy, a few other guys that I've had on the show too. They're pretty, like Randy's a pretty insightful guy. I've had a lot of conversations with him. It's just, if you don't understand, when it comes to a podcast, if you don't have other people contributing, it really makes it less of an experience. Like I can do this one-on-one with people because I've been doing this for so long. I've kind of mastered how to do it. But on shows like that, if it feels like someone's not as interested, or they're like dozing off, or they're not as paying attention, it becomes like a task to make it like entertaining. You know, that's why I tell people, hey, if you're tired or you're just having a bad day, it's best not to come on because you're not going to be able to contribute. Like sometimes switching it up is good. Like maybe one night do a tier list, one night maybe do some trivia, something. You gotta always spice it up. You know, with my wife, we like to spice it up every once in a while. I use my hand instead of my right hand. I use my left one. You know, but also people, generally when it comes to comics, like with Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh market had this problem too when I was in it, when I was big in that. People that are just like into comics, I've noticed this. What's weird about this, comic people can be into more than one thing. You have to kind of pry it out of them. You know, with people with games like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, they know that is that person's entire life is that. With comics, what I've noticed is like that person could be into like movies, that person could be into like music, person could be TV shows. Find out what that person likes. If you get someone talking about the favorite thing that they like, it's over. Like there's some people here, they'll start talking about Star Trek. I hit mute on this tab, they just go. I'm like, cool. Free content for everyone. That's why I was trying to ask people, you know, we have like the main thing that we talk about here. What are other things you like? So just in case it might be a slow news week, like you said, or it might be there's some times where, you know, we got to switch up a little bit. What do you like specifically? But that requires knowing the people that you talk to, you know, because I don't want people coming on to Link with just talking and it's just not, you know, it just feels like a business transaction. No, it should be like some genuine thing that people actually want to tune in for, you know, like it's a fun interaction. Like, I think you said you're into football, actually, you know? And my football team is trash. We want to talk about that. They started 10-1 and then got exposed by the 49ers. And then the rest is history. Let's just say that. And then also lost to Patrick Mahomes when they got to the Super Bowl and almost beat him.
Yeah, but the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl this year, right?
James Harden's going to win the NBA championship too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's said so much. It's like, I used to buy that into the okay, maybe this year you're right. After like the 5th time, you're like, wait a minute, I'm not falling for that shit again. No way. Like some things are just never happening, no matter how much you try to like breathe it or think it into existence.
Yeah.
Actually,
if Aaron Rodgers makes it past the first game, I'm gonna be impressed. I think that's.
Oh yeah, you're right. He did get knocked out in the first round.
The first game, the first play of the first game.
I like that guy, man, but he is so old. Sometimes you gotta be like, I'm old.
Dude, he's
I'm
licked
done.
too many frogs, man. He's licked too many frogs.
Oh shit! Like the whole recent news of honestly follow basketball as much as you follow football, but Klay Thompson going to the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been a good move potentially, like 5 years ago.
Dude, what I'm like so fucking big on right now is watching LeBron and his son, dude. Like that's fucking crazy, dude.
No, man. No way. Nope.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy. Celtics re-signed their whole starting 5. Mavericks get Klay Thompson, who I think is a little bit out of his prime, but still might be a good signing. You have Paul Pierce, a few other people getting some big pickups. Lakers are like, you know what? All these people we have, all this money. LeBron James son. What? Who is your general manager? All those people, they have all this money apparently, and the only prospect they can get is LeBron James' son, who arguably is about as decent as Caitlin Clark if he was a chick. Like, well, the narrative is we're gonna have his son and play with his dad, and it's like, okay, cool, that's like awesome. What's gonna take to win a championship? Nothing. Yeah, there is nothing. There is nothing. We're just doing this for like, they're actually doing the whole WWE route. We're just gonna entertain the crowd. I guarantee you, man, he's not going to play games. What's going to happen is let's say hypothetically they have a good regular season. Hypothetically, and they're like 4th in regular season. He's going to play the games where at the point in the regular season they don't matter if they win or lose. They're already locked in. Those are the games he's going to get. Basically the bitch games where you just playing and it doesn't mean anything if he does well. Because dude, there's no reason for him to be on the team. I've watched his games. I watched the highlights from the summer league he's in right now. Not that impressive. They're about to he's going to get clowned on the stage. It's going to be actually embarrassing for him. Yeah. I don't know. Horrible fucking pickup. Horrible idea. What's better for the ratings, honestly, is if he played against his dad. Imagine if he went to the Clippers and he's playing against his dad in a home crowd, sold out arena. It's better for it to be against each other than with each other. Like, if you think LeBron is a tough teammate to be with, imagine being his son and then failing on the Lakers. Yeah, imagine how much pressure that's going to be there. That's why I think he's not going to play. There's no way he's going to play. Absolutely not. That's why they're having him on the summer league team. They're trying to see, like, is he really worth it? Because, hey, fuck it. Once in your life, you want to try it out. Maybe he might be good. But it's like, why do you have to do that? They're not a franchise that has to do that. I don't know why. I mean, I guess if the gamble works out, they get a good player out of it. But was it really worth it? Because if they fail out and don't make the playoffs, if they don't have the playoffs, he's off the team immediately. There is no like next year for him. He's done. It's a big gamble. I don't know if it'll work. I really don't. But I'm leaning towards no. I have no faith in black people, as you know.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool to watch that stuff.
What about have you seen on Twitter this kind of shit? It happens every day. Well, it's an everyday conversation anyway. There's always girls that are like, there's no high value man out there, or a good quality man to marry anymore. There's all those like for all this maternal information, all this stuff, and it's like these are conversations every day. And I think to myself, all these people that talk about relationships don't even go outside. They're just talking. What they're saying is probably true, but it's like if you want to prove what you're saying is true for like in that kind of space, you might want to go outside and talk to people and feel like, hey, why are dating guys not as good now? Because we were reading this website called Quora, which is I think better than Reddit. Quora is better than Reddit by far and away, but way better. The guys were giving massive paragraph reads about why the dating pool is so bad. One guy basically said the juice isn't worth the squeeze. That's all he said. I was like the dating pool is so bad. Like I can understand why people don't get married anymore. Why? What's the actual benefit of getting married to a guy growing up now?
To worry about that shit. I don't know, man. People are weird. I always compare dating to picking the least contaminated public bathroom stall.
God,
that's kind of what it was.
I always kind of compare it to like what's the least amount of luggage I can carry when I get with this person? Less baggage, the better. It's like, oh, that's you like football. What else do you like in general?
Well, I'm a writer, so I like to write stuff. I like to create
Mhm.
concepts and come up with stories. Big into Star Trek.
Then I'll ask you this: what do you think about the Star Trek that we have now?
Hate it.
Okay, so everyone. Okay, I don't follow Star
Yeah.
Trek, but I was following some of the narratives for it. Did you like the newest season of Picard? People were praising Picard like season 2 or
I
whatever.
did watch Picard, and I thought it was all right.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't like how they turned Seven into a lesbo. I thought that was pretty fucking stupid. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Top G Mike and Bottom G MSK. Fuck off. Good lord. Good lord. Star Trek, at one point you did like Star Wars until, recent.
Well, I've always liked Star Wars. I've never been as big a fan of Star Wars as I was Star Trek. Star Trek is kind of like more military, more realistic, I think.
Okay.
I've never been into fantasy stuff, like mystical fucking weird shit, like Lord of the Rings. I can't stand.
Oh, you don't like the medieval
Hobbits.
genre?
Yeah, well, I like the medieval genre. That's fine, but I don't like the fantasy aspect of it.
Okay.
Like if you look, I like ancient stuff like Rome and like Spartacus, fucking all that shit. That's fucking cool.
So you ready to see Gladiator 2?
I think that's going to be good. That would be interesting. There's a new show on I think it's Peacock. For those who are about to die, it's got the dude that played Hannibal in it.
Okay.
And he plays the Emperor, and it's pretty good. And it's got the guy from Game of Thrones who played the Flayed Man, Remy or something. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
He's the black-haired guy that fucked up that one dude. Fucking cut his dick off.
Oh, what kind of stuff are you watching?
Dude, Game of Thrones is fucking twisted. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
I tried to watch the first episode.
Granted, there's dragons in it, so it's kind of fantasy, but it's not like that fantasy. But it is fucking fucked up. It is written like Shakespeare. It's everybody dies. Everybody.
What was the last show that I dove into? I remember I watched the first episode and it was like I just couldn't get into it for some reason. Other people did. I was like, "What am I watching?" I couldn't understand it.
The first few episodes are like iffy, but if you just force yourself to get through the first season, like you won't be able to stop watching it. It's good.
There's too much boobies, too much sex. They make me feel insecure about myself.
It's really
like back at that time period. My show was The Walking Dead. I used to watch that for my Sunday show.
We're actually going to come out with a parody comic of Game of Thrones. We're going to call it Game of Thoughts.
Game of Thoughts. Game of Horrors.
Well, we already did Star Horse, so I don't want to be repetitive.
The Game of Thoughts. Why can't I be the main character of that?
Yeah, I actually have some artwork done for that.
Okay. What other so what movie genres are you generally into?
I like dramas, thrillers.
What was the last movie you watched?
Shit. I started watching that Tomb Raider remake, and it was pretty good.
The one in 2008?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. The last thing I just recently watched was Deadpool and Wolverine, actually.
Really? I was thinking about going to see that, and I'm like, nah, I'll just wait till it streams.
You don't think it's worth going to the theaters to watch?
Dude, I'm not paying $50 for a fucking ticket to the movies because it's $50 for me because I got kids.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
Good gosh. So I forgot. I don't think I ever asked you this stuff. How do you feel about the MCU compared to like back then versus now? Because I'm pretty sure you've seen all the movies. I'd imagine.
I have not seen all the movies. I have seen the older movies up to like Endgame, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. So you watched everything from Phase 1, 2, and 3. Nothing in Phase 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. You have well, I don't want to get your channel struck.
Hmm.
Can you get struck for a nipple? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure you can. It's kind of nudity.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's art.
Oh shit. There's some big boobies on this woman.
Hang on. I will go to paint.
Burger King released a Dr. Peppy. Oh my god. Burger King released a Dr. Pepper ice cream float in Japan. That sounds awesome, actually.
Dude, some of the best fast food is from the same fast food places we have here, but they're out of country. Like Japan,
Dang it.
McDonald's is fucking insane.
You been to Japan before?
Fuck yeah, dude.
But they're like egg rolls over there. What?
Yo, egg whoa.
Oh god. Like, you know, people say like, aren't they like xenophobic over there? It's like I wouldn't expect people from different countries to have the same rules set as we do. Like, contrary to popular belief, everyone, not every place is open and inclusive like we are, actually.
This is true.
Oh gosh.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna make a little block here.
No
That
problem.
way you can't see the boobies. And then
What
we're
else
gonna
came out?
fill it with that.
Okay. What else has been going on? There's been too much stuff. Okay, so you follow movies that are more like drama. So I'm pretty sure you grew up with like westerns, honestly.
Westerns? I'm not that old, dude. That's like my fault.
Yeah, I literally said Dr. Peppy. Oh my god, my brain is fried. I'm just getting I'm old, guys. Just forgive me, actually. So yeah, I'm trying to create some more ideas for shows. Obviously, we're gonna be doing more of we're gonna do more sports stuff when the Indiana Fever are gonna come back in mid-August. We're gonna be doing like the sports podcast, me and Darnell. And then when the season starts with football, my friend wants to do a fantasy football league. So we'll be watching the games, and then we'll be able to do like more shows based around, you know, the NFL season. You know, it's something where like, you know what, let's just start getting back into sports and looking at guys just throw balls around and touch each other. Sounds pretty good, everyone. Just do watch party / commentary. Gay. Let's just make it gay, honestly. But I will do that eventually, honestly. Good Lord. Because that's the thing, is getting all of this stuff done and doing everything the way that you kind of want to do. It just comes with brainstorming ideas and being like, hey, let's try and do this. And let's try and see if this can work, actually. You know? Like, you try to be like, hey, like what movie recently have you watched that's not like a superhero one?
Dude, I don't even know.
Do you remember what you've been watching?
I don't spend time watching movies, man. Believe it or not.
God, you got to become an anime weeb and just watch anime now. Who needs a wife anymore? Just straight into anime, actually. Oh shit!
Don't save. Stupid thing.
Don't save.
Paint.
There was I forgot. You guys don't like Matt Barr, actually.
I don't have any problems with Matt. He doesn't like us.
Because like he had said your comic stuff was you know, degenerate or whatever. I was like,
degenerate, yeah. That's fine.
It's so
I don't care.
Good old Matt. I love you so much, man. Did Selena leave you hanging tonight? No. Selena left me for my wife's boyfriend. Wait, that would be weird.
Okay, cool.
No.
All right, I got it.
Selena said
share, present, share, and let's go to window and this one. Boom.
Okay. Oh, looks pretty good.
Yeah, there you
go. That's a lot of.
That's gonna be the cover for one of the covers for Game of Thoughts.
For Game of Thoughts. You guys have a. So how far along is the concept already? Do you guys have like More
It's
pages already drawn.
We don't draw the pages right away. Like we'll get them done after the fact. But the covers, like we get the covers knocked out, and then we get them colored and stuff, and then we just launch it on Kickstarter.
Okay. Selena said, I would have, but I have a major headache that's hurting my eyes. Haven't been able to work, so probably gonna skip tonight. Oh, okay. So yeah, she wasn't feeling too good, which is fine. You know, women always don't feel good. It's a thing. Massive
and
W.
Then, we got one that we're launching now called Dead Sexy.
Whatever happened with that one guy who tried to send you that cease and desist letter? That was probably the biggest thing in indie comics for a little bit, is like, why are people sending cease and desist letters to people?
Because he thought he was a Democrat from the 1960s that could still own a skin color.
Whoa! Apparently, that might be pretty racist, actually.
Well, I don't know how many people other than that think that they can own skin colors. Do you?
I mean, to be fair, aren't black people a little overrated? You know?
Well, no, maybe 3/5 overrated.
Oh, shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. And now we have Kamala Harris, actually. That's going to be the Democratic nominee. It's about to be a complete shit show, everyone. Let's
check that out.
One sec. That was pretty solid. Yeah.
No. Dead Sexy.
Is this based off anything? Like
it's an original story from us.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be it's about a girl who's in high school, has an abusive father, and she's asked to, or she goes to her boyfriend and asks her boyfriend to help her cover up something bad that she did, and it ends up turning out very badly for her, and she ends up dying and coming back.
An all new original title.
Yeah.
How much do you pay Mindy to do these covers?
That cover is from Dustin Tyree.
Okay.
Mindy did the colors on it. But yeah, that's from Dustin Tyree. Right. There's another one from RB White. Hang on. I'm going to stop sharing because if you start scrolling through my Facebook, you could get struck. I've got some I've got subscribers on my Facebook now, and they get access to all the nude content and stuff. So there's a bunch of nude content.
Too much. There's so much boobs on there. Okay, I'll ask you. Do you think
this one's from RB White?
Do you think there is a benefit to having like a Facebook page if you're an indie creator? It's not.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Like, dude, I get paid from my Facebook. Believe it or not, my shit's in professional mode, so I get money from Facebook. Facebook pays me money for putting my content on there.
How'd that happen?
It's something they started doing, kind of like Twitter.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty good. I like this one more than the other one.
That's RB White. Yeah, okay. Mindy did the colors on that too, but RB White did the art.
MSK will definitely subscribe to your Facebook page. I love boobs. That's just what I do. You know, boobs are great.
This one is from Izanetto, and he's a fantastic artist. Here, I'll share it again. I gotta be careful what you can see on there. There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. That looks
stuff we do. Descriptive. Man. This is the stuff we do.
This is descriptive.
You should see the nude. You should see the nude version.
I don't. God, there's a lot of camel toe in that one. Oh my gosh.
You can see like everything, dog.
Gosh. So how far can she take something?
In what way?
Asking for a friend, you know, in that position, hypothetically, if there was something inside of her getting pushed in and out.
WD says zoom and enhance.
Gosh, man, the female anatomy is pretty interesting. I'll say. No, there was pictures of Sydney Sweeney And then the comments in their Instagram section were like, "Why would a dude choose to be gay if you could look at this? Actually ridiculous." Holy crap! Oh god.
This one's from Elizabeth Keane. She's a fantastic artist out of the UK.
Okay. Home doesn't look that bad.
Like I said, if you're not careful, you see some stuff on my Facebook that you shouldn't.
Ugh. Good lord.
You're gonna get struck.
Trying to get me in trouble.
Let's see. Oh yeah, here's some Star Wars rough sketch pages.
DC Comics saved. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Logan Paul going through like Instagram reels.
Yeah, dude, I got a bunch of crazy crap on my Facebook.
Good man.
It's pretty fun.
Oh, that okay.
All right, there you go. You want to watch this? This is funny.
What the fuck?
This is Ethan right here. This is the leader of Comicsgate.
What in the hell? Comicsgate Cali.
Today was an auction for Doris Day merchandise. Not merchandise, her personal possessions. And this is the thing about falling asleep. Like, I put bids in on all of her wigs. Doris Day had a lot of wigs. You know, when you see Doris Day's haircut, it's all a wig. And I really tried to buy those wigs. And I put in a bid. I think it was like 5 of her wigs. I put in a bid of like $500. And I lost them for $700 because I was asleep. I would have paid $800 for those wigs. I would have paid $1,000 for those wigs. I come in here wearing Doris Day's hair on my head. Damn, it would have been worth.
That's the leader of Comicsgate right there, people.
There you go, man.
Well, the thing is, how do you go about negotiating with people when it comes to that stuff? Is it like just one-time fee? Obviously, for variant covers, it's a one-time thing. Well, like, do you generally keep on the consistent people for some of the projects? Actually,
I do. We have a set few that we work with, and we expand that ever so often. Maria Keene, she's new. We've never worked with her before. Izanetto, I've never worked with him before. But I should stop sharing because you're going to see a bunch of stuff.
Boobs.
Yeah. So I mean, it just really depends.
Right now, if you're an indie creator, I would say definitely go on Facebook. There is a big indie comic space on Facebook, actually, being part of some of the groups and stuff like that. And you can also share streams out, doing all that. Me and Metal.
We did an instant edition too. Check this out. You'll love this.
Okay.
You got to give it that hawk too and spit on that thing.
Oh gosh, crazy! That's insane. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
Why? I just can't believe there's a girl that's gonna get a reality TV series just because she admitted to liking sucking dick.
I had to put her on the cover, you know.
God, is she getting paid for this cover?
Fuck no. It's a parody, man. I don't have to pay anybody.
Yeah. What was the thing about people in the indie comic space that didn't understand what parody was? Parodies.
Well, Brian Polito got to stick up his ass because, like you pointed out, he thought he owned a skin color, or I pointed out, one of us did, and it was weird. You know, he sent us a cease and desist, and he said, "Hey, I don't want you coming out with a character. Your character looks like my character." And we're like, dude, the only fucking comparison between Lady Death and Lady Darth is she's got white skin and white hair. And unfortunately, we are not in pre-Civil War, and you can't own a skin color. That's what we told him. I mean, he sent a cease and desist. We replied back to it. So it's this big kerfuffle, but it's turned into even more than that now. Like we were trying to get our book G Busters printed with our specialty printer who handles all our metals and our chromes, right?
Yeah.
And a company's called Ready Comics. They're out of Mesa, Arizona. And they said that because the back cover has an ad for Star Wars that has Emperor Palpatine which is a parody of Brian Pulido, because you talk shit and you run your mouth at me, I'm gonna put you on the cover of one of my fucking books. That's what I do. Ask EVS. It's kind of my fucking thing. It's my fuck you to everybody in the industry that I can do whatever the fuck I want. You can suck my dick, and I don't care if you like it or not. So anyway, they said because it's got his that ad for Star Wars on it, that they're not going that we could remove the ad, or they're going to not print it, basically. And I'm not removing the ad. That's fucking horseshit. I don't think that they said that they don't want to take sides. Okay. Well, if you don't want to take sides, then print my fucking book.
Right.
Because by not printing it, you're taking a side. Are you going to stop printing his books because I've got a problem with him? So no more printing Lady Death books, Ready Comics, because I've got a problem with Brian Pulido. And you're my printer too. So you shouldn't print his books at all either.
Right.
Right? That's fair. That's not taking a side.
That's crazy, man. Oh my God.
So, and we've already found a way around it. I mean, it's we can actually do it and do it cheaper than we were going to pay them to do it. So it's already been taken care of. We're gonna find a way around it anyway. Or they can stop acting like douchebags and they can apologize, and then they can get our money. Either or, I don't give a fuck which happens. But I am going to bring this up. See, apparently the guy that owns it, Greg, he's on vacation and unreachable suddenly. Right. All right. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I'll see. He's all right. So he's on vacation. Okay, cool. I'll buy it. But shit. In the email that she sent, she said, "We have come to the decision." Who the fuck is we? If Greg's on vacation, who the fuck are you talking to? Who is this we at Ready Comics besides you? It's a valid question. I want to know who we is. But anyway.
It's just one of those things where now in the indie comic space, if you have a problem with, or someone has a problem with you, that means that can actually affect you getting stuff printed, which is, it's just so weird. It's like, it's comic books. It's not that serious. Why are people taking things this serious to the point where they're trying to ruin people's businesses over just...
Pulido is the one who inserted himself into our business. We didn't ask Pulido to send us a cease and desist. He did that of his own volition, and he did it wrongly, maliciously. He was completely wrong in the fact that you can't do parodies. He was completely wrong in the fact that homages are illegal. He was completely wrong in the fact that he can own a skin color. He inserted himself. And because he inserted himself, I increased my legal protections by including him on the fucking cover. That makes it even more a parody. And if not a parody, also a satire by adding social commentary on the situation. And satire has more legal protections than does parodies. That's how all these newspapers can get away with drawing fucking Trump with the dildo in his ass, because it's fucking commentary. It's political commentary, satire. You can do that. It's First Amendment. It's fucking protections, freedom of the speech. It's you can't. Larry Flint fucking fleshed this out in the fucking 60s, dude, with Hustler magazine.
But you know what's crazy is that all these people, what was that one guy that was famous for a bunch of parody songs, like parodying really popular songs? Weird
Al Yankovic. Yes.
Yeah. People don't have a problem with that guy parodying anything.
You can't do it. It's freedom of speech. You can fucking parody whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's smoking crack. What he is, he's a litigious little fuck who uses his name in the industry and his position to intimidate other creators into bowing to his will, because everyone's scared to take on people like that, because like, oh, he's got so much money, oh, he's so powerful, oh, he'll fucking put you in court. Dude, day one the case would get thrown out. Day fucking one. Bring me to court.
Yeah.
I'll own a piece of coffin. Give
Yeah,
me your money,
pair-
Polito. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because I'll charge you for my attorney's fees and damages, and I'll countersue.
And I will get on my mouth to pay for those attorney fees.
Nah. So
You know,
I wouldn't even have to pay a dime. Have you ever heard of the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund?
great. I have not actually.
Oh, yeah. They'll give you a fucking attorney for freedom of speech issues for free.
Okay, so I was gonna get on my knees. Whew, thank God to do that.
You don't even have to. It's a First Amendment issue, man.
Mhm.
They'll give you a fucking attorney for free.
Yeah, like even now it comes to like all this stuff that goes on with indie comics. Like I'm like people got the guy from Clownfish TV. I think his name is Dale, or his name is. He put out a tweet that made so much sense and it got a lot of people to hopefully come around to this idea. The amount of money you can make in comics is not worth all this unnecessary drama that people have with each other.
It's
really
not. It's really not. And everybody is here trying to fucking just make a dime, you know what I mean? And put out their ideas and have content. To sit here and persecute other people over shit that's just so fucking petty, it's childish. It really is. It's childish and it's tiring. There's no reason for it.
And like how much money would that actually have impacted sales anyway? It's like
Well,
it's
it's not just that. You're talking about a guy who has spent most of his career parodying other stuff. Do you know how many fucking Lady Death parodies and homages there are? Like, dude, I got on eBay and I sent pictures of at least 70 homage covers to his fucking attorney. And I said, if what I'm doing is illegal, what about this? There's Lady Death homaging fucking everybody. Does he have permission for all of those? Fuck no, he doesn't.
Have you heard from Larry recently?
Oh no, dude, I don't even care what he does. He's so far fucking beneath me. It's not even worth my time, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'll be out there. I haven't heard of anything he's been doing recently. He's one of those people where he tried to make, I don't know, it feels like he was trying to be EVS 2.0 with just less intelligent takes, with less of the impact, and it just completely failed in front of him, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I just leave him alone. I let him do this little retarded thing up in Canada and whatever.
Canada, such an L fucking country that is. But hey, man, remember everyone tried going up there? They're like, man, they got free healthcare. It's like, yeah, I learned in life when things are too good to be true, they probably are. It's just something you learn in life.
When you're 50 and you live at home with your mom, I mean, the dude wakes up every day feeling bad enough. I don't need to add to it.
Yeah, you know. I live at home with my my wife, and she's a OnlyFans whore, and she does stuff, and I'm the stay-at-home dad right now.
Fantastic.
Turns out she comes home, she goes to her boyfriend, and she leaves me every night. Holy shit. God's bed. Fucking hell. But yeah, if you're a girl with an OnlyFans page and some guy's like, hey, your opinion's discarded, makes sense. Why would you take opinions from a thought? Just putting it out there. But yeah, man. Did you want to say anything else before we head out, actually?
No, I'm good. You can find us divinitycomics.com. We got stuff on Kickstarter, you know.
Yeah. And you'll be on Fun My Comic very soon.
No.
I think that's time has sailed, actually. There's just not a big enough audience to draw over just for comics.
Yeah, and what he needs to do, and I've said this before, is he needs to find a way to get the guys on Kickstarter to offer an exclusive book that they can only get on Fund My Comic for every campaign that someone does on Kickstarter. Like, if he did that and he would bring that traffic from Kickstarter over to Fund My Comic, he'd have a multi-million-dollar business. But I don't know why he doesn't.
Well, the thing is, people have to factor in, if he has a website just dedicated to comics, well, comics are already a niche thing. They're already a niche, you know.
Yeah.
So your idea would be like, well, I have a website just like Indiegogo and Kickstarter,
Well,
just for
there's-
comics, but it's already a niche. So the amount of reach
It's-
you already have is
the
already-
people that are on Kickstarter for other things, they don't come to Kickstarter for comics. There is a built-in Kickstarter audience just for comics on
Mhm.
Kickstarter.
yeah.
And like I said, what he needs to do is for every creator that has a project on Kickstarter,
Mhm.
he needs to have them set up a campaign on Fund My Comic too with an exclusive cover that they can only get there. And if he would do that, even if he had to pay the creators for every cover, it would be worth it if he just did it one at a time, sent the creator $300, say, hey, put that cover on my fucking site, and tell everybody in an update that you can come get it over here at Fund My Comic. He'd have a multi-million-dollar business.
Mhm.
Because he would bring that audience that's just for comics on Kickstarter over to Fund My Comic. He would.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think to refine that to get into a point where he can be where he wants to be at, it probably would take some time being off shows and getting that nailed down. I don't think it's one of these things where it's going to have a peaked audience. It's already in a niche. Comics is such a small of a niche. It's only going to be able to cap out so big. It's like what the average person that's going to start this is going to want to choose those over that platform. Like I said before, unless you have that or something else, another idea, it's going to be capped where it's at. But yeah, it was great having Mike on for a second appearance again, going over new ideas they have. Divinity Comics, check them out. I will be doing a review of Boobs in a little bit. I have it right here. This is a nice big old giant rack, make sure to pay your wife for her colors, actually, make sure to pay her minimum wage for the
she drew that cover.
Oh yeah, you're right, she did. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. This was cover 3, I think, actually.
Yep.
Good Lord. Because even this is parody. This is a parody of a Supergirl costume.
It is, and she is a cosplayer. She is actually cosplaying Supergirl.
See, that's how you get around that stuff. I liked it.
Yeah. She is. She is a cosplayer, and that's what she is in the book. And she switches outfits. And in issue 3, she's going to find her own outfit. She's going to come up with it herself, and it's going to be her basically uniform going forward. So yeah, and we're going to have like an Eric July back hair edition. It's going to be fantastic.
And you're going to have 3 boobs on it. The legendary boob edition.
Yeah, it's going to be the Liefeld Captain America parody with the 3 boobs.
Oh, no, please. Might be one of the worst things ever drawn in history. Good Lord.
Yep.
Never let that man live that down.
Because you can definitely fit 3 boobs in that space.
Just think. Shame works because if he wasn't shamed for that horrible fucking art piece, he would never get better. We need shame.
Yep.
No, you need to be told your shit sucks. Improve, please.
God, have you seen his latest Batman cover? It's garbage.
He's doing the one for Long Halloween. I think he put it out. Yeah, I think I saw it.
Garbage.
One of the variant covers of it.
Same fucking faces over.
Yeah.
And they're always like this. All the time. Same expression, same teeth, same mouth.
Let's see. I think I have it right here. He did a variant cover for Deadpool and Wolverine, and I feel like it's the same poses. He did a variant cover for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Faces.
Same faces, same pose. I mean, I don't mind the artwork, but it's like you get spice it up every once in a while, can you? Like, goddamn.
That's what happens when you do too much coke. You get gacked out.
Good gosh. Every day he's talking about same shit. Just blows my mind. Oh yeah, I found it right here. Batman last Halloween cover. Tim Sale. Here, I'll show everyone. People know how much I love the Long Halloween. I absolutely love Long Halloween. So it's a fantastic story by Mr. Tim Seeley. And I forgot the other guy's name. Jeez, mine's blanking right now. I like the Batman. Jeff Loeb and Tim Seale. Good Lord. Fuck. I'm old. The pumpkin looks cool. Batman looks good. This is just... What is this Joker face? Why?
I don't know. He's got
I don't
way
get
too
it.
many teeth. How many? Is that a piano or is that teeth?
That's just teeth. Like he's
Yeah.
the grin. Yeah, it should be. It should feel a little like it should freak you out because it's supposed to go for a Halloween theme. But I feel like he's just grinning way too. His jaw's hanging way too low. It's too many teeth. It's like, God, man. It's just, why do people do that, man? But you know what? I'll get this when it comes out later on this year.
That,
So,
man,
yeah,
the
thank you
proportions are
guys.
all off on that too.
Oh yeah. Oof. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Iron Man podcast, and we'll see you guys later.